Welcome to TLG-GT Live. I'm SVP Aaron Gooderman, and welcome to our new time slot. We're going to make this a permanent thing. I know we were crushing it on Tuesdays here all through the month of August, now into September. This is going to be our permanent time slot as we're going to leave open Mondays for TLG Live. We have had an enormous success with these live shows. I know this one goes out into the world. This one goes out into everybody, through Facebook, through YouTube, through Instagram, through Twitter, through LinkedIn. This thing's shown all over the place. Y'all share these videos. All of these are logged in. If you go to the YouTube channel, just find me, go to the YouTube channel. You can find all the old archived shows that we've ever done. And you can tag your new agents on them. You can send them the link and they can go back through all this content that we've been putting out. But this is our new time slot, man. This is what we're going to be doing for the next, I don't even know how many years. There's calls that I've done for years and years and years. If you don't know the schedule, you should obviously get into the schedule, just understanding your big blocks. If you're currently contracted with TLG, we've got the Monday TLG Live. We've got Wednesday Winners. We've got the Tuesday show now here, TLG-GT Live. We've got every other Thursday, we'll still do a sales call with Kim Noretto, VP Kim Noretto. On Fridays, we'll either do a 30K mindset call, or we'll do a builder's call hosted by Art Leeser. So understanding these are big blocks and movable objects in your schedule that you should be plugging into week in and week out. I always put up a schedule, a reminder schedule in the Facebook group and in Workplace. So y'all pay attention. All right, let's get into it. We're now 12 days into the deal, 12 days down, and hopefully you guys have taken full advantage of the systems that we have in place. And we're going to be talking about some new tech, new systems that TLG is putting together for us. We've had agents already validate and verify everything that we have going on. It's kind of how we operate. We always roll something out after we've had massive success on it so we can get y'all to have massive success. But let's go over September week 1 top 10 TLG-GT leaderboard. Number 10, we've got Jared Leifert, 3 applications for $3,204 annual premium. Number 9, we've got Lateef Duncan, 6 apps for $3,521. Number 8, JP Jonathan Price, 3 applications for $4,271. Number 7, Van Barnett, my man Van, 6 apps for $5,855. Number 6, Nelson Alvarez, 6 apps for $6,092. Top 5. Number 5, Danielle Leifert with 4 applications for $6,276. Number 4, Chad Gooderman, out there crushing, even on a part-time basis. Let me tell y'all, man, this dude is so focused, so determined. It blows my mind. Chad did 2 apps for $6,387. Number 3, Megan Sorley. Megan always popping up on the leaderboard. Everybody has the same opportunity as everybody. Those who recognize the opportunity take advantage of the systems as a plug and play and just listen, work, associate, and communicate. And I'll tell you right now, Megan Sorley is doing all of that. 4 applications for $6,543. First week of September, crushing it, Megan. Number 2, Jamie Bloss. What's up, Jamie? 5 applications for $8,993. Number 1, GT's agent mentor. There's a reason why we have charged this man with help, with training, with support, with being there for all of you to teach you how to do what we do. Number 1 for week 1, 7 apps, $11,609. Lake Savage Bellovance, $11,000 for the week. Congratulations, Lake. Constantly moving, constantly getting it done, constantly showing up. All right. We have a fall sales summit coming up, as you can see behind me. That is the GT Fall Sales Summit, Freedom and Flexibility. This is going to be on October 25th from 9 to 6 p.m. lunch provided. You need to register as fast as you can to get your seat locked in. We have a limited number of seats. So if you don't lock in your seat as fast as you can, you're going to miss out on motivation, education, edification, and team association. These events are what set agents apart from the rest of the pack. A lot of you, if you look at this, man, there's a lot of agents that are pushing the bar and separated themselves from the pack. There's agents that write 2,000 to 5,000 a month. There's agents that write 1 app a month, and there's agents that write 10, 15 to 20 to 30 to 40 to 60, $70,000 a month. The way you separate yourself from those lower end producers is you show up. You show up and you get around these top producers who are doing what you want to be doing. You know, we're going to be training A to Z. Don't get that wrong. We're going to be laying it out for an entire day, lunch provided. We're going to be laying out exactly how to do what we do. And we're going to do a recruiting seminar to teach you how to build an agency that doesn't even have an income roof. But if you really want to learn how to do what we do, take advantage of the association. Get around people like Nelson Alvarez. Get around people like Lake Bellovance, Mark Spear, Jamie Bloss, the lifers. Get around these people who are on fire and sit down with them. Don't let them eat their lunch and you pop questions at them. See, this team understands that a rising tide raises all ships. We want you to succeed on massive levels with us, and we work as a partnership to achieve that. Get around us. Don't think about it. Like right now, you know, as far as some of you are like, oh, well, I just don't know if I can get away. You can't. You know, the most successful people are problem solvers. Solve the problem of whatever you think it is. Get with the person that invited you and let them know what your problem is, and let's see if we can solve it together. Maybe it's travel. Maybe it's money. Maybe it's babysitting. Maybe it's prior engagements. I don't know what it is, but I can guarantee you this. If you show up or don't show up, there's a decision being made. And the most successful people make the right decisions often. And they're good problem solvers. So whatever problem it is that you have, you know, right now the travel is the cheapest it's ever going to be. You know, plane flights are super down. Like there's hardly any cost to it, like 130, 150 bucks round trip. You can split a hotel room with someone. I would come in on Monday, stay the night. You can leave out Tuesday if you want to, or you can stay the night, and leave out Wednesday. But there's not a whole lot of cost to what we're doing. The cost if you don't go is exponential. The cost is thousands of dollars. The cost is maybe your career. The cost is so great that you can't afford not to go. So register at TLG-GT/GTbootcamp.com. Register as fast as you can and get here. You can bring people with you. Matter of fact, I encourage you to bring your spouse with you because their involvement with you isn't 1 + 1, man, it's 11. When you have two people with the same goal in mind, there's more power to that. So bring your spouses with you, bring people with you, get to this event and let's pack out this room and we're going to have an awesome time. All right, yesterday we had Josh Harris on the TLG Live and we were talking about some new tech that we had tried out. It's the foam burner. I encourage you, especially as a brand new agent, a tier 1 agent, I encourage you to plug into that system because frankly, the hardest part to what we do a lot of times isn't the investment, but it's putting in the reps on the phone, picking it up over and over, making those dials over and over and over. And when people don't pick up, what I see, what most agents do is anywhere between $20 to $25 an hour. The top agents, before we had this tech, were doing anywhere from $30 to $45 an hour. When you have this tech, it's an auto dialer, load your leads into the system, and you just press a button, and it's going anywhere from 70 to 100 dials an hour and just getting the contacts for you. So the name of this game is how many people can you contact? How many conversations can you have? How many sets can you do to fill up your schedule? You're looking to get between 15 to 25 set appointments on a weekly basis. Foam burner will set you apart to be able to do that quicker. The quicker you do it, the more money you make, man. That's what this system's all about. We want to encourage agents to make as much as possible. That's what we're doing here. All right. Taking ownership of your business. Number one, it's investing, right? Taking ownership of your business is investing in your business first. You should always invest in yourself and your business first before you invest elsewhere. And there's what we call as personal time investment, things like that. But it's important to have what we call delayed gratification as much as possible to build your business up to a sustainable business, a sustainable enterprise, man. That's what we try to teach you here, but it's up to you to listen. When we hired you, we asked that you listen, work, associate, and communicate. And if you listen to us on every aspect, we're going to get you to where you want to be. But let's focus on what we can control and what we can take ownership of. Commitment level. How committed are you to your success? To organization, to your weekly schedule, to your time clocked in versus time clocked out. Take ownership of your communication skills. Don't try and be a lone wolf. Don't try and do this thing on your own. I promise you, the most successful are just duplicating what those did before they got here. And the more questions that you ask, the quality of your questions determine the quality of your life. We have a whole phone call about this. Y'all can ask questions, but the communication aspect behind this is that try, fail, adjust cycle. That try, and we've commuted beforehand, so you tried with a good try. That adjustment is that if we fail, we're just going to adjust through communication more to get you to succeed. And it's that cycle. The faster you do it, the faster you get to success. But that communication has to be involved. It's so important, through underwriting, through phone script, through objection handling, through the sales process, through getting your apps issued, and to getting paid. And then communication of reinvestment to keep it going up. All right. You could take ownership of a proper positive mental attitude. This is a very important part of a sales position, man, to make sure that you aren't putting yourself into a negative frame of mind. If you're in a negative frame of mind, there's no money in negativity. If you want positive cash flow, right? If you don't want this to cost you money, then you have to stay in a positive reference of mindset and put that positive work in. Reading books, communicating with your upline, we're going to help you with all of this, but you have to take ownership of it. You have to take ownership of what you say when you speak. You have to take ownership of what you say when you talk to yourself. How do you view yourself? Do you view yourself in a positive light or a negative light? That's what matters when it comes to this business, okay? Take ownership of solutions. Be solution oriented. For whatever problem persists, there's always a solution to be had behind it. You just have to have the patience to find it or ask for help to achieve it. There's going to be problems no matter what business you're in, even in personal life, you're going to have problems. And how you attack or perceive those problems with anxiety or cool, calm, and collected. The best way is understanding that there's a solution. So if you attack things with anxiety, you're only hurting yourself. But if you stay cool, calm, and collected, knowing there's a solution on the other end, man, that's how your life has joy and purpose. All right. Take ownership of being goal-oriented. Whether it's your daily goal, weekly goal, monthly goal, annual goal, or 5-year long-term goal. At each point in your business, you should have a goal written down, and you should reverse engineer what it takes to get to it. Lead flow, dials, contacts, sets. You should reverse engineer how to get to that goal, whether it's personal production or agency building, understanding the pipeline that it takes to achieve those numbers. You should just put the work in behind it. But you could take ownership of your goals. Goals are meant to be broken, not just written. Okay, that's first and foremost. Take ownership of high energy. Nothing gets started until someone gets excited. And people follow people with high energy output, because everything we do in life is a transfer of energy. And people are attracted to people with energy to get filled up. People will not be attracted to someone with low energy. You will not find a whole lot of people gathering around or listening to them. So it's important that you put your energy out there for attraction purposes. That energy is going to attract sales, and that energy is going to attract people to you. And, if you're putting out negative energy, you're going to repel people. If you're putting out positive energy, you're going to attract people. So that goes back to positive mental attitude. All right. but make sure you maintain a high energy. I get the question all the time. How do you maintain a high energy? Success, repeated success, books, association, communication, things like that, man. That keeps me pumped up. Celebrating even the smallest of wins refills my tank so I can give it right back out. All right. We can take ownership of our weekly lead flow. That's an investment into your business. Make sure that you understand for every $100 spent is 1,000 written. So if you guys are investing in your business, $100, then you're only going to write one application a week. $100 a week equals one app a week. $500 a week equals 5 apps a week. Understanding that mindset, you have ownership over your income. All you have to do is continue to invest up. Have a little delayed gratification of your income and invest back into your business, and you're going to have more income. Pretty elementary. All right. Take ownership of your willingness to get better, not bitter. Again, that's positive mental attitude, knowing that you're going to get better with each dial, with each sale, with each set, with each policy, with each day. If you're in motion, everybody had a day one, and it's hard on yourself to compare yourself right now to a Nelson Alvarez or a Lake Bellovance or a Jessica Lopez or a Mark Spear. It's hard to compare yourself to these top agents from where you start, because they started down here as well. They just had patience and grew to where they are now. So understand that and take ownership of that responsibility to get better and not get bitter because you don't think you are where you should be. You're graduating on a daily basis if you're putting yourself out there on a daily basis. Take ownership of that high level of activity. This is important to what we do. And even before the dialer, the high level activity was 50 to 100 dials a day. Now with the dialer, we could show you how to do 50 to 100 dials an hour and not even blink an eye. It doesn't even matter anymore. You just press a button. Make sure you load all your leads in there. You press a button and it just does the work for you. But even with that mentality, if you decide not to go with the dialer, then you've got to put in that massive activity up front. You've got to find the time within your schedule to put those hours clocked in to be able to set appointments and move through the stages of execution of each level. It really is just elevation through each stage of investment, leads, dials, contacts, sets, sales. And you have to get better with each stage. All right. Take ownership of your belief level. Believe that you can. Don't let anybody convince you that you can't. If you let people convince you that it's hard or you can't do it, you've already defeated yourself and you can't do it. Like we've got so much validation in the system. It's funny to me when people, this is where association matters, because you kind of are, if you're surrounded by negativity or people who don't want you to achieve, or people who think that it's hard or don't believe in what we do because, they just don't understand it. It's hard to stop listening to it, but I understand it. And what you have to do is really try to put a roadblock there and take personal ownership of what you believe and what you need to do. This is the only way up, to be able to get better, guys. It's having to maintain a positive mental attitude and a belief in what you are doing. So take a look at all the examples you already have. Take a look at the examples, not to compare, but to achieve to. Those examples that are here, that have been here, that maintained a high belief, high consistency, high level of work ethic in what we do, and aspire to be that. Don't worry about what anybody else says. Aspire to do what they do. We put them out in front of you. They train you. We give them the platform to teach you. So you already have the validation. Maintaining a belief level is easy if you believe it to be easy. All right. Self-confidence, take massive ownership of your self-confidence through reading, through personal talk. Negative, don't ever negative self-talk yourself, man. That is, I'm telling you, that's the first way to down. That's the first way to get cut out and get quit, to quit on yourself, is to talk down about yourself. First things first, you deserve it. You should have it. You should have everything you ever wanted, and you're worth it. That's how you should talk to yourself on a daily basis. Take ownership of reading consistently, listening to audio, engaging in our training systems, practicing the 8 steps to success. Go to the YouTube page, find 8 steps to success. Listen to them over and over again. Practice them. Take ownership of self-improvement. Accepting adjustments and ask for help. Take ownership of working more than 15 hours a week. We just went over this, last week of, 10 hours a week equals 10K a month in production. 20 hours equals 20K, 30 hours equals 30K, 40 equals 40K. Every one of you full-time agents out there should be doing 40K a month. Every single one of you should be putting in a minimum of 40 hours of productivity in to knock down 40K a month. Take ownership of your schedule. Be schedule-oriented. Don't shift things around so much that you never have consistency in your life. I know that we teach freedom and flexibility, right? We have it. And we have it for the most important things. We don't have to ask for time off. You just do. But if you never create consistency within your schedule, it's going to be hard for you to have momentum within your business. So no matter what, and I know that we have to-do list or pick up things or do things or different responsibilities. The more you leverage out responsibility, you take that responsibility and put it back into your business, the faster your business grows. If you can create that consistency in your schedule, you're going to reap massive benefit and rewards on the other end. All right. And take ownership and engage in all communication. If you're in workplace, pay attention to workplace. We post every single day. If you're still in Facebook, pay attention to Facebook. We post up every single day. Take ownership of engagement into this business, and it's only going to increase your desire for success. What I do know is that eventually you're going to be successful, but you're going to have to find your excitement level. Small wins yield excitement, which lead to belief and commitment. Stay excited through the whole process and work your way to higher levels. Do not get distracted and get your energy and focus pulled. See, that's a recipe for disaster, guys. It's a simple formula. If you guys are writing just 1 app a day, that's 30K a month. And if you pump that up to 2 apps a day, you guys are writing $50,000 to $60,000 a month. Who wouldn't want that type of income? Y'all want that type of income, right? Y'all want to have an absolutely life-changing month. You just heard yesterday that Josh put over $65,000 cash money into his bank account. Who wouldn't want that? See, it's all about what I just told you. If you listen, work, associate, and communicate, I promise you, you can have it. You can have it. You can grow to it. Let's go get it. Move through tier 1, 2, and 3. Utilize all the lead systems that we have to offer, the tools we have to offer, and stay engaged in your business. And I promise you, you're going to have whatever you want on the back end. And there's no production limit, man. We haven't had a $100,000 producer on a monthly basis. You be it. Why not? Just put the work in, and I guarantee the results will follow. Y'all stick around for the top 5. They crushed it last week. They've got a lot of good things to say. I love y'all. Sign up for the boot camp. Take care.
Hey y'all, Danielle Lightbert here, direct to Jared Lightbert, direct to Aaron Gooderman, and then to Art Leeser. I'm currently at a store right now because we have been remodeling all week. And even with a home remodel, that did not stop me from being in the top 5 for the week. I just stayed consistent and I pushed through. And I'm number 5 with 4 applications over 6,200 AP. So the first client I called, she already had mortgage protections. She said, hey, I'm good. Remove me from the list. I was able to continue the conversation with her over the phone, booked an appointment for a policy review, and we found that the agent put her in a renewable term where it would only cover her for 20 years at that current rate she's paying, and then she could renew it for the last 10 years of her loan, but it would have been an addition to what she's paying now, an addition $125 on top of that. She could not believe that, and she was so appreciative that I took the time and educated her on what type of coverage she had. And I was able to put her in a permanent plan, and then once her loan's satisfied, she can just keep it in force for just her final expense. And so I was able to help a client by staying consistent and adding value and quality to her life and her family's life. And then the last client that I helped, he's 81 years old. I met with him and I met with his wife and his oldest son. And so we just did MPP for 2 years, just to when he passes away, his wife has 2 years to make a decision of what she wants to do with the home. Well, he was an auto decline. Comes to find out that the underwriter would requested to do 3 years of doctor reports, or they wouldn't even consider him. But the underwriter even said, you're wasting your time because we see that there's some type of visit to a neurologist. And so I came back to the client, I told him the case, and he said, actually, I just, did a back surgery a few years ago, and they actually did head to toe kind of scan just to make sure everything was good for the surgery. So I don't have any dementia or memory loss, nothing like that. And I met with him. He is sharp as a tack, and he is so cute and funny. So I just knew in my gut, because he was 81 years old, I couldn't get him a Great Western. Like, at this point, he's uninsurable. So, but I felt in my gut, I was like, okay, there's a reason. It's not a coincidence that I have this client. So I'm just going to go to bat for him. So I said, we're going to try this carrier and we'll just see what happens. We went with CBS. And not only was he approved, he was instant approved when I submitted the application. So instead of me going to the family and saying, I'm so sorry, we're not able to get him coverage, and with his age and, him seeing a neurologist, he's uninsurable. But instead, I was able to get him coverage, y'all. So go to bat for your clients. And when you believe, that there is a way, just keep pushing, trust your gut, because I was able to do that, and I didn't take no for an answer. So I know I put them in a better position than when I found them, and it was just so fulfilling to me to help that family. So that's my week, y'all. What an incredible way to start out the month. Y'all go kill it this week, and I will see you soon. Bye.
Hey, good afternoon, GT. Master Sergeant Chad Gooderman coming to you from Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. Direct to Aaron Gooderman and direct to Art Leeser. Had a good week. Came in number 4 this week with 2 applications for 6,387 AP. Not too bad. Keep showing up on this leaderboard. So, and that's all part-time, guys. So basically, I was focusing on trying to add another lead system this week. I already work my direct mail leads, and I also work game time leads. So I was really focusing on trying to add another lead system, and I figured I would add the AWL live dials. So I went back and I watched Nelson Alvarez's training on AWL calls, live transfers. And I'm going to tell you guys, if you're not utilizing Workplace and you're not utilizing the training tools that are available to you guys, then you're just wrong, because even a lot of these top producers, we go back and we rewatch training videos to gather little bits of nuggets from all the top producers, and we take that and we incorporate it into our own selling systems. But Nelson Alvarez put together great training video on the live transfers. I went back, I watched him, and I utilized everything that he said. And I was able to write a big chunk of what I did this week, the 5,000 AP, just on an AWL live transfer. It was my very first call. The guy was from Arizona. We built a little bit of rapport. He told me exactly what he was looking for. And I was able to get that application in, written, and submitted for them. So, my biggest advice to you guys out there is utilize Workplace, man. Utilize the training that's out there. If you guys don't know how to do something, it's set up just like Facebook, so you can search. You can pretty much search any topic that's out there. And you guys are going to find, multiple training videos, tools that you guys can utilize and incorporate into your own system. So anyway, I hope this helps. Let's keep crushing the week, and you guys have a good one. Peace out.
Hey everybody, this is Megan Sorley, direct to Mark Spear, direct to Aaron Gooderman, direct to Art Leeser, and I am number 3 for the week with 4 applications and about 6540 AP. The biggest thing that I had to kind of work on this last week was basically working when I wasn't necessarily feeling up to it. So finding pockets of time even when the motivation wasn't necessarily there. So I went out of town to Florida last weekend, and the day before that, it was like September 1st, and my head was everywhere, trying to get all the ducks in the row for family to go on vacation. I'm thinking I got to get the dog stuff together for boarding. I got to pack everybody's bags, make sure we're good to go. Do they have any homework we need to bring? Blah, blah, blah. Like, my mind was all over the place. And instead of kind of obsessing about that for an entire day beforehand, I still made time to put in some work on September 1st. Because I had a couple fresh leads come in, and I was like, okay, let me just call these people, see if somehow I can set a same day. I had an amazing stroke of luck, and with the 2 new fresh leads that I got in, I was able to set 2 appointments on September 1st, the day before I left for Florida. And so I ran those appointments and tried to pack in between, doing those case designs and getting my life together. And miraculously, I was able to write 3 applications on September 1st before I left town, which was amazing because I honestly, mentally, I wasn't completely focused that day on only work. I had a lot of other things on my mind, but I just wanted to put in a little bit of work on the front end before leaving town so that I could relax and have a great time while I was out of town. And I'm so grateful that I did that. Finding little pockets of time. Even if you're super busy, I know what it's like to be busy with 3 kids and 4 dogs and, a full-blown life outside of work, right? Finding pockets of time where you can squeeze in a dial sesh or squeeze in an appointment, and just staying consistent even when your mind is thinking on other things, that's discipline versus motivation, right? So I wasn't necessarily feeling super motivated to work all day September 1st, the day before I left for vacation, but I was disciplined enough to work that day, and I still was able to write 3 applications before I left for the weekend. So that helped to kind of start my month off right, and, get back into the swing of things once I got back. So that's probably the one thing that helped me. I hope that helps somebody else. Thanks, guys.
Hey GT, my name's Jamie Bloss. I'm direct to Walt Bloss, who's direct to Nelson Alvarez, direct to Aaron Gooderman, and direct to Art Leeser. From Pennsylvania, South Central PA, and this week I was able to submit 5 applications for just shy of 9,000 annualized premium on, I believe, an extended week. So, good week. And wanted to share a couple things. Most of the situations that I put myself in this week was conversions, that I was able to convert my existing clients that I've met 2, 3, or even 4 years ago that had a term policy into a permanent option. And those, to me, they're very smooth and easy because of the job that I did to begin with, that I met them, and obviously they trusted me, and they still had the insurance for 3 years later. So it was a pretty simple call, and it just it kind of alludes to the point I wanted to kind of stress on is the customer care and customer support and consultative approach that we are trained with at the Leeser Group is phenomenal, and I think it makes a world of difference in our industry because it's not a regular thing to hear that people have a good insurance man, I mean, with the leads we use, you know, I think a lot of other agents from other companies or whatever, they get the application, they never hear from, the client never hears from them. I don't want to be that agent, and I'm not. And it pays me multiple times in the future to take care of these clients. It's extremely important that they trust you, they like you, they see your competence in the industry, and they will call you at multiple times of their lives for referrals, for their family members, their neighbors, for them. Even if they have a simple question about insurance, I am always there for my clients that call me just for change of beneficiary, anything. And that that keeps the business on the books. That's a very important part of our business that I wanted to stress is that. And, you know, staying on top of things like I let all my clients know at the close of the meeting, hey, I'm going to be here for you for any questions. Please save my number in your phone. I'm going to mail you a couple business cards. If you have any friends or family members that need help with insurance, I'm happy to help you, even if it's just a simple question or information. So a lot of people, I think like that. So it's paid me this week, and it will pay me in the future as well. So great week, and I hope everybody has an awesome week. I know my schedule's full from Saturday live dials from 8 to 12. I haven't, I didn't miss this Saturday. I missed a few prior, which kind of messed my production up, and I think it's as simple as showing up to Saturday dials and committing to that 8 to 12 time period, and that sets up for a great week. So hope everybody has an awesome week. Thank you.
What's up, guys? This is Lake Savage Bellovance up here in Maine. Direct to Nelson Alvarez, direct to Aaron Gooderman, direct to Art Leeser. So last week I did 7 apps for $11,609. And, you know, what I've been doing is just keeping consistent as usual, but I'm also reaping the benefits of sticking and staying. You know, I'm winning because people know me. They know that I've been doing insurance for a few years. I'm getting more warm market leads coming in from Facebook. And it's very important to post what you're doing on Facebook because you're going to get people interested. And the more people know what you do, like Aaron says, the biggest promoter always wins. So I did a huge app. It was like $13,000 annual premium. It was capped to $5,000 per case. So that's why I'm $11,609 out of 7 apps. But it was just amazing to be able to help somebody get into a couple of IULs and a couple of term policies to get to their goal for, you know, for being insured. They definitely needed over $1 million. They had a ton of properties, and they had term products that had run out from 20 years ago. So, and they definitely didn't want to go spend all that money again and not have anything to show for it. So that's really what I did. And it's really listening to your clients' needs and finding out exactly what they wanted. I mean, these folks wanted $3 million as insurance, but we cut it down to about $1 million to make sure that it covers exactly what they need, no more, no less. And that's what we did. Another cool little tip that I have is when you're working with a client, you're just going to continue to ask questions, right? You want to make sure you're asking specific questions. All right, what do you have for debts? How long do you plan on working for? If you were to die tomorrow, how much income were you to leave behind to your family? And you can find all this in a brochure called Life Insurance for the Living. Nelson Alvarez is the master at that. It's actually a brochure from Mutual of Omaha. I use that with all of my warm markets, and it definitely helps me out. So that's what I did this week for over 11,609 AP. I hope you guys have a great week. Continue strong. Do not sit down since we had a great last month. Keep pushing and give your family a nice Christmas. So make September your month that you hit your goal. Catch you guys later.